Hola, bienvenidos a la clase de Español 5 de Honor y BI. Yo soy la señora Sasha Guevara. So welcome, this is Spanish 5 Honors and IB. My name is Sasha Guevara. This is my 11th year teaching and my 3rd year at BCC. Spanish class will meet on Monday and Thursdays, period 1 from 9 to 10 a.m. and period 2 from 10:15 to 11:15 a.m. The Wednesday office hours are for students to check in, to ask questions if they need help submitting assignments, want some extra practice. Those are optional, and first period meets from 10:05 to 10:25, and second period meets 10:30 to 10:50. Some general goals of Spanish 5 is that students will have a deeper understanding of the culture and the language. They'll be able to communicate on a more profound, on a deeper level, explain their thinking, justify their thinking, asking and answering, analyzing texts, improving their grammar and their communication skills, both orally and in writing. And so it's just really honing in, fine-tuning those skills, right, to increase their proficiency and accuracy. Some of the units to start the year is we start with learning about just cultural diversity within the Spanish language and culture. So we start with what are the origins of Spanish, the language, what influenced the language, what influenced the culture. Then we travel down from the formation of Spain to the Caribbean and learn about what influenced the Caribbean. How did the Spanish language and culture change coming from Spain to the Caribbean? In the future, we will also discuss other parts of the Spanish-speaking world, but that's just kind of where we start to get a understanding of the foundation of the language and the culture. Another unit that we work on in first semester is looking at technology, the advances in technology, seeing both aspects. You know, how does it advance society? What are the cautions that we should take in using technology, which I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of interesting and different conversations now living through a global pandemic, and how is that impacting our lives. So I'm really interested and excited to see kind of students' perspectives there. So there is no assigned textbook for Spanish 5. All of our sources come from a variety of authentic texts. So that might be newspapers, both print and online articles, poetry, short stories, music, analyzing lyrics, news clips, video and audio, infographics, public service announcements, maps, brochures, etc. So any sources that we use in class will be provided to students through PDF or Word doc or the link files. So just to make sure that no one is confused about that. So there is no assigned textbook for level 5. So for here, my favorite thing about teaching this course is just the level of conversation that students can have. I love when students, you know, make points, ask questions that I haven't yet thought up as a teacher, or where they really do a deep analysis on a concept or idea, where they're really driving the conversations and asking questions. It's exciting to, you know, hear them speaking and using the language with one another. A highlight of the first marking period for most students is when we communicate. I think we're going to be using breakout rooms often in level 5. So if we were in the classroom, something that I hear from a lot of students are just saying, I really feel like I improved my oral communication skills And so that's a really important part of the class, is just making sure that they're constantly using and producing the language. Now that they're at level 5, it's really about production. I'm looking forward to working with students on many things, but I think, like I mentioned, that unit on technology, I think will have different perspectives now. So I'm excited to hear students' experiences, and it'll be later on in the quarter where we'll have been doing virtual learning for a little bit. So I'm excited to hear their perspectives and their ideas and what they think, what the future should look like. What takeaways can we, what are the takeaways during this experience of virtual learning? Some important information about Sp5 at home. So you should see your students doing lots of reading and speaking. So during class, like I mentioned, we'll be doing lots of breakout rooms. Outside of class, they will be assigned a variety of different texts. So they're reading, they're listening. They will also be required to record themselves presentational speaking. So really at the level 5, you should hear and see your student really producing and using more academic and advanced language than just kind of the conversational Spanish you might hear in, a level 3 or 4 class. I anticipate assigning asynchronous work between most classes. And so as mentioned, that might mean that they're doing readings. Every Friday, they will receive a Google form where they will be asked some either multiple choice or open-ended questions that will be kind of an exit ticket for the week to summarize their learning. And so that's an assignment that will be consistent throughout the semester. I expect students to spend about 30 minutes each day doing work for the class. Some readings might take a little bit more time. Some assignments, if it's listening, might take less time. But in general, 30 minutes is kind of the rule. And if there are any concerns with the amount of work, if it's taking, hours and hours, please let me know. Please reach out to me to make sure that, we can get to a good place for everyone. And then you can reach me at my MCPS email at sasha.guevara@mcpsmd.net. So thank you for your time. I look forward to working with you and your students and getting to know them as best as we can virtually. So I really thank you for your support and encouragement. And so please feel free to reach out to me at any point if you have any questions or concerns. I look forward to working with you. Gracias.